I just picked up the new Suzuki VStrom 1050 XT, and in this video we're just going to look at my first impressions. Hi, I'm Francois from adventurebiketroop.com. Now, I picked up this Suzuki VStrom 1050 XT this morning. I've only done 50 miles, mostly highway, some city riding, and this is just my first impressions of the bike. When I first saw the bike, I was glad it was the yellow and blue one. I love the color. It looks like those late 80s Dr. Bigs. I used to have a Dr. Big, a 750 DR Big. A friend of mine had one who toured Namibia through with his bike. Now, apart from the look, they fitted this specific one with the Michelin Acne, so off-road tires. It's got crash bars, a bash plate. They fitted the panniers and a tank bag. So this one is fully kitted out for adventure riding, and we're going to have a look at it and test it properly. So if there's anything you want to know, please comment below so I can answer your questions in the next couple of weeks as I make videos on this bike. But in this video, it's just the first impressions. And I want to thank Chris and Doug from Suzuki SA for lending me the bike for this 10 days. I really appreciate it. Now, I haven't ridden a modern adventure bike like this for some time. Most of you know this channel know about my XR650L and my love for old technology bikes. Now, when I first got on the bike, knowing it's quite a heavy bike, I don't know the specs at all yet. I will mention all of that in a future video, but I know it's somewhere around the 250 kgs mark, or it's a heavy bike. But getting onto it with my average length of 6 foot, I immediately felt way more comfortable than I thought I would. I was able to flat-foot it on both sides with this very comfortable seat, and even maneuvering it out of the workshop on quite a slick floor with these tires wasn't an issue at all. Now, it took some getting used to with the hydraulic clutch, a very light feel, and this drive-by-wire throttle. So the first 1 or 2 changes got some getting used to, but after that I was straight into 6-lane traffic, and after a short while I was just clutching it with my left hand middle finger, very easy to get used to and modulate, and very comfortable. The windscreen offered very great protection. I didn't set it before I left or set off there, so it was at its lowest position. I could feel some buffeting on the helmet, but very comfortable. I'm keen to see tomorrow when I ride it at its highest position whether it makes a big difference. I'm sure it will. Very nice that they fitted all these extras, so we are going to test it in the dirt. I know everyone wants to know how this bike fares in the dirt, and we are going to test it in our normal testing grounds and in the mountains, so I'll report back on that. Now, I filled up the tank, so currently I'm standing at 22 kilometers per liter. I'll show the miles per gallon on the screen. I know this is going to change because this was mostly riding around town, getting used to the bike. So I'm keen to report back on that. I didn't play around with the modes yet. I know there's 3 riding modes. I had it in the more spirited riding, the road riding mode, where the throttle response is more aggressive. It doesn't feel aggressive, but there's more than enough power. I know I looked at 75 miles per hour, so highway speeds 120 kilometers per hour. It was right around the 4,500 RPMs, maybe slightly lower, so it feels very relaxed at the speed limit. Now, getting on and off the bike with that low seat height, it's easy to just swing your leg over. You don't have to mount it like a dirt bike or a tall adventure bike or like a horse. Let me just show you. So super easy to get on and off the bike and get it off the side stand. It's very confidence inspiring, and I can imagine for someone that's not used to a big liter bike like this, that this is it's going to be easy to get on this bike and ride if you can already ride a bike. But especially with that clutch feel, super smooth, super easy. We are going to go through everything in detail, but everything happens on this left-hand control, this grey buttons here, so you can switch around through the menus. I'm going to make a video just on all the electronics and the features. You can set the ride modes while you're riding. The bike starts super easy. I know there's some easy start function. I'll read up on it and explain it properly in a later video, but it just starts up easily. You can see now. Just a light touch of the finger and it starts every time. There's no cranking or anything. I'm not sure exactly what they did. Like I said, I will explain it later on, but it does work. There's also some slow speed idling function, which I'll also test out properly later on. Oh, one thing that I did notice immediately that was quite nice, I'm always worried scratching up bikes with my motocross boots. I ride with enduro boots. Are these plastic covers here next to where the foot pegs are, and so they take all the hammering, and I can imagine you can easily replace them. They look quite cheap, so you're not going to scratch up your plastics like I did on my old XR 650L. On the other side, I'll show you that my enduro boot doesn't fit underneath the gear selector. I would fit an aftermarket longer one for standing up, but I will test that. After a while I got used to shifting with the edge of my sole, with the sole of my boot, but something like the T7 you can put your whole foot underneath, whereas this thing there's just no way to get your foot underneath there comfortably. But it wasn't a problem. I never missed any gear shifts during the 50 miles that I rode today. I did quite a lot of riding in the suburbs between the houses, looking for a shop that I wanted to visit while I'm here in town, and it was so easy to turn around the bike when I got lost. Even at a quick U-turn in a normal narrow street was no issue at all. So the bike, it just handles, for a big heavy bike like this, it just handles very well with the low center of gravity and that low seat. The brakes have a great feel, braking with 2 or even 1 finger. The brakes are linked. Again, I don't have all the details now, but as far as I know, and the way they explained it to me when they gave me the bike, is that it's 80-20 front and rear if you only grab the front brakes, and then 20-80 in the rear if you only step on the rear brake. And I must admit, for the whole of today, I only used the front brake. Very rarely did I even touch the rear brake, so you can get quite lazy knowing, because it just works so well. Thank you for watching the short little video on my first impressions of the Suzuki V-Strom DL 1050 XT. If you want to know anything about this bike, you are keen to buy the bike and have some questions, or if you own the bike, please pop it in the comments below. Let me know what you want me to cover in the videos that I'm going to make on the bike, and I'd love to hear from you. And then thanks again to Suzuki SA for lending me the bike. And then I'll link a playlist once I've created more videos on the V-Strom below, and you can go and check out the rest of the videos. Oh, and I also want to take this opportunity to thank every single one of you who has supported this channel over the last year and a bit. We've reached 3,000 subscribers this morning when I woke up, just before I picked up this Suzuki V-Strom. So that marks a great milestone in the channel. 3,000 subscribers. I never thought it would grow this fast in only a year, and also the first proper test ride on a new bike from a manufacturer. Thank you so much again, Suzuki SA, for lending me the bike, and then stay tuned for more videos on the Suzuki V-Strom. Cheers.